Economic growth and the easing of traffic congestion are just a couple of the benefits of a new road construction project kicking off in Maple Grove that's been decades in the making.
50 years in the planning and over 30 years of construction has gotten us where we are today. And I bet that some of you here feel like you have been working on this project for 50 years. But it was worth it.
U.S. Senator Tina Smith joined several other state and federal lawmakers from both sides of the aisle Tuesday afternoon to officially break ground on the sixth and final section of Highway 610. The $58 million project will extend 610 to the west and connect with County Road 30. The project will also add new connections to Interstate 94. Officials say the project will help create 500 new jobs in healthcare and manufacturing and will help alleviate traffic congestion on I-94.
And it brings access for emergency vehicles. We no longer have to go through local roads to bring someone in an ambulance to the hospital. This is all tremendous assets for not only Maple Grove, but the entire region up and down Highway 94.
Construction on this final section of 610 will take about 2 years to complete. Dream something, start something, grow something. That's the motto of a new small business center that celebrated its grand opening Wednesday in Brooklyn Park. The new center aims to support historically marginalized entrepreneurs and was made possible through a combination of federal, state, and regional partnerships. It offers technical advisors, business support, and other tools to help small business owners. There are spaces for small retail setups and office space for a number of different sized businesses.
As I look at the history of our state, a little dry goods store in Nicollet Mall, by the way, turned into Target. Work in a garage on tinkering around on a medical device turned into Medtronic.
That's us saying that at least as a city, we're going to do as much as possible to make sure that new wealth is created within our city.
The center is located in the former Endurance Fitness space. It will have open houses on Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings. A nonprofit that serves Minnesota veterans hopes to build transitional housing in Maple Grove. The Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans is asking the city to donate a vacant lot at 9567 Nathan Lane north to the project. The organization wants to build a single-family home in the neighborhood and provide temporary housing for homeless veterans. While the developer removed the proposal from this week's city council agenda, some neighborhood residents want to have a meeting to discuss the project if it moves forward.
We're not against a veterans organization. We're not against veterans. We're not against helping homeless anybody. The questions we have need to be answered. Who's going to be in this house? What's the vetting process?
The Maple Grove City Council may discuss the project at an upcoming work session. This week's record heat has residents seeking relief in all sorts of ways, including stopping by local cooling centers. The Salvation Army offers its air-conditioned Brooklyn Park Service Center to anyone seeking a more comfortable environment. An excessive heat warning ran through Wednesday with temperatures and humidity combining to making it feel more like 115 degrees.
We provide respite care, so we have nutrition at this location. So if they want something to eat, I know it's hot, but get coffee and donuts. And also, of course, we have nearly 1,000 bottles of water ready for people to come and get something to drink.
The center, located on Noble Parkway, is open during normal business hours Monday through Friday. Brooklyn Park's new fire chief laid out his goals for the department's future in an interview this week. Sean Conway was appointed chief by the Brooklyn Park City Council on Monday. He spent around 18 months with the Brooklyn Park Fire Department and was previously interim chief. He's also an Air Force veteran. Former Chief John Cunningham left the department to serve as Assistant Commissioner of Emergency Services for the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. Conway said in the coming years he wants the fire department to support firefighters in all of their needs.
The well is not deep. There's not an abundance of firefighters out there. So we want people to know that they're appreciated here. And part of that is, what are we going to do to support them as a person?
We'll have an extended interview with the chief this weekend. The start of the school year is on its way, and bus drivers are preparing to hit the roads. Emily Haugen shares how drivers for the Osseo School District are keeping you safe.
The first day of school is just around the corner.
It's an exciting time of the year. You know, the kids had the summer off, so we had to get them back into the routine and back into the swing of things.
For young families, that start can also be scary.
If you picture a kindergartner next to a bus, you can't really see them if they get too close. So reminding students to stay 12 feet back and to follow the instructions of their driver. All right, folks, here we go.
The first face kindergartners see on their first day is likely their bus driver. First student safety staff say if your kids take the bus, they're in good hands.
They get their route and they practice it in their vehicle so they know where each stop is.
First student is still facing a bus driver shortage, but they assure you that there will be someone to pick up your kid every school morning.
School bus transportation is the safest form of transportation available.
This year, there are even more safety options.
Once the vehicle comes to a full stop and the stop arm deploys, then the red lights activate. That means that all traffic should be stopping.
Namely, a camera for drivers who blow through stop signs.
It is unfortunately a very common problem. We have hundreds of violations that occur in any given day across the state of Minnesota. We have one mounted here.
That camera will capture the driver, their car, and the license plate. It's a precaution that keeps some of our smallest learners safe. And some of that safety is on us.
The community needs to know that as well, get the big picture, making sure that they share the road with us because it's a big community and we need to share and work together.
In Brooklyn Park, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
Those new safety cameras are equipped on buses throughout the state. Those were made possible by a grant to the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
The countdown continues to the season openers in prep football. Chaz Moots visited the Wayzata Trojans in this training camp report.
Wayzata football went 5-5 last fall. But all of those losses in the regular season were one-score games.
And teams that find a way to consistently win, they don't do things to beat themselves, and we did some of that last year. We had some special teams plays that hurt us, we had some penalties that hurt us, and so we spent a lot of time on that in terms of the focus, not necessarily being on who we play, but on us and making sure that we eliminate those things.
This first week has been awesome. The energy's been super high. We got a good number of kids out here. Just high intensity, competing with your brothers. It's awesome.
A big piece returning back for the Trojans this fall is senior quarterback Cole Heilbrand, who threw for over 1,500 yards last year. Up front, Wayzata's 5 starting O-linemen return back, having all gained some kind of experience at the varsity level.
We know each other very well, and we have a really good combination of guys that are up in front, and I trust them a lot, and I'm sure they trust me as well, and we all work really, really well as an offense.
He's a great quarterback, man. Makes great reads, great throws. Knows how to communicate with us. Just a great leader overall. Nice, vocal. It's gonna be great this year.
Last year, Wayzata averaged 200 rushing yards a game and $150 through the air. They'll look to continue that balance this fall.
I feel like we're a very, very explosive offense. We do a really good job of getting the ball deep and just getting to those spots and making sure that we're finding that little layer where we can get an open pass going and then get in the end zone.
We love running the ball, but we're gonna take what the defense gives us, you know. If the defense is going to bring down, stack the box, try to stop the run, then we're going to gash them with the pass. So whatever you give us, we're going to take, and we're going to beat you with it.
Defensively, the Trojans have a strong D-line led by senior nose guard Dylan Schultz and Buffalo transfer and senior linebacker Trenton Radloff. Wayzata will open their season at Lakeville South on Friday, September 1st. In Plymouth, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Maple Grove boys soccer team is coming off a very good 2022 season. Jay Wilcox previews this year's Crimson team.
It's a program that many want to be a part of. The Maple Grove boys soccer team had its highest turnout ever for tryouts.
I think we got about 110 out this year, so it's pretty exciting knowing that we got a lot of guys out and a lot of talent, so yeah.
We're excited to see the program grow. It seems like every year between our summer training that we offer with the group and a chance to get the kids together early, that we just get more and more kids out. Another thing is we find a spot for everybody historically. We don't cut, so that's another reason I think our program continues to grow and people appreciate it from, not only at the varsity level, but we also take care of, our youngest levels as well.
Maple Grove was 18-3 last season, winning the Northwest Suburban Conference and Section 5 3A titles and placing 4th in the state tournament. They have 6 starters back, most of them on the defensive end, but will have to replace most of their scorers, including Mr. Soccer finalist Chris Franz.
Past year, like last year, we lost a lot of scoring talent. So like during this trial, we tried like a bunch of new guys and new positions. So it should always be fun to see what happens. And
we're obviously going to be strong defensively with all the returners, but we're going to need to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net.
Chris was a pretty special player, and you had Carter and Aaron as well, who contributed. I mean, those 3 up top, you can't replace those guys too easy. But it's just a new challenge, definitely. I mean, we're going to miss those guys, and we're excited to see them play at the next level this year. So yeah, we might have a little different look this year than the past couple of years, but a lot of nice players back.
Goalkeeper Beckett Carlson was a backup to Holden Waldrum, but has played a lot of quality varsity minutes. Defender Vincent Guadagno, midfielder Anson Karn, and Max Johnson, who was a defender but may be used up front this season, are some of the key returners. This Crimson team may not overwhelm with goal-scoring outbursts, but they should be a very good squad again. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Maple Grove opens the season Thursday at White Bear Lake. That's all for sports. More CCX News after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.